everybody, welcome back to Project Happy Home. For those of you who are new here, I'm Tanya, a doctor, lawyer, turned homeschooling mom of 3 kids, ages 8, 5, and 3. My eldest, my 8-year-old, has ADHD, and as we homeschool, we've been working on lots of different techniques to help him maintain his focus, one of which just includes lots of breaks and allowing him to move his body around, etc. Use different types of writing implements, use different types of seating, be positioned in the way that he feels more comfortable when he does his work. Nevertheless, even with all these things that we've done, one of the things we have difficulty with is just maintaining concentration on a task that he might not be super enthused about. For example, multiplication. I mean, who is really enthused about a giant set of multiplication facts, you know? We try to make things like that fun by moving his body, by doing it on the trampoline, etc. But I do feel that it's important that children learn to sit for a dedicated amount of time and just focus on the work at hand sometimes. This is a product that was sent to us by Fokuslabs, and I very rarely do any kind of product placement on this channel because, one, I like to buy things by myself so that my review can be entirely honest and unbiased, because I am one of those people where everything shows on my face, and I don't ever want to be put in the position of saying that something is good when I don't think it's good. So when Fokuslabs asked if they could send this to me, I made it very clear that I wouldn't do a review if it wasn't helpful for us, and I would just return it to them. To my great surprise, because I will admit that I did not think an anti-distraction vibrating bracelet would be that helpful. It was greatly helpful to both my son and I, and for the reasons that I'll explain to you in a second. So this is basically a bracelet, and it actually comes with a longer strap. The strap probably ended about here, but we cut it and just taped it off because my son's wrist is so small still. And it has this vibrating section right here. And there's no distraction. There's no screen, if you can see. It just says Revibe, and it vibrates, and you feel it on your wrist. So if you want to see it on my wrist, it's like the size of one of those old, digital wristwatches that we all had in the 80s. It's about that size. A really comfortable nylon strap. You can get the strap in many different colors. I think there's about 5 different colors. I'll probably show it in an inset here. So the Revive has 4 modes, which I'll tell you about now, and I'm going to be looking down just so that I don't make any mistakes. So mode 1 is when you're mildly distracted or just need mild focus, and it vibrates every 10 minutes. Mode 2 is moderately distracted, and so it vibrates every 7 minutes. Mode 3 is significantly distracted, and it vibrates every 5 minutes. Mode 4 is the mode that we use, and it vibrates every 3 minutes. And basically, after 15 minutes of working, it cues a break for you, which I really like because it's like a built-in Pomodoro technique in your vibrating wristband. The Pomodoro technique, for those of you who don't know, is to build in a certain number of sections of working and then a larger section break. So you'll do, for example, like 4 or 5 minute sections of working with 1 minute in between, and then a large 15-minute break or something like that. And you can customize it to your own preference. So in homework mode, it vibrates every 3 minutes, and every 15 minutes, it'll cue a 15-minute break. Really helpful for kids with ADHD to just get their regular breaks, to know that that break is coming. So I think it really helped my son for many reasons. 1, because it was giving him those regular reminders to focus. 2, because it wasn't me giving him those reminders. This was giving him those reminders. It's a very subtle vibration, so it doesn't really bother anybody else. I don't even know when he's sitting across from me when it vibrates, so it's a very private experience for him. And then when the break comes, he has that autonomy to say, like, Mommy, it's time for my break now, and I respect it. And it's really a good way of establishing control for him and decreasing a little bit of that power struggle that can happen between a parent of an ADHD child when they're trying to get them to sit down and do seat work or book work or homework. I have been so impressed with it. I cannot tell you. When you receive the device, it comes in this little box here, and it comes with a few different pieces. So you have this charging cord, you have a wall charger, you have the wristband that you slide through, and this little vibrating piece. And the charge holds for quite a while. I've been very impressed. The charge holds for about a week. And so I just remember to plug it in at the end of the school week, and then we start using it again. When you lay it down for any length of time, it will turn off by itself. But then when you pick it up, it will automatically recognize that it needs to turn on. So with motion, it turns on. I love the simplicity of this device. It took, 30 seconds to set up. There are little pin pricks or little prongs that they send you. Let me see if I can find one. So here's a little prong that they send you, and there's tiny little holes in the back of this device, and you just push it, and it's just a pattern of pushes. So, 2 pushes to turn it on, 2 rapid pushes to turn it off, like that. I'm gonna bring my son on now so that you can hear from him about how he thinks it's been working for him. I've been so impressed. I love that I don't have to remind him nearly as much, that I don't have to be the nag, because it decreases the quality of our relationship, right? And if I've learned anything in this homeschooling journey and this ADHD journey, it's that I want to focus on the relationship I build with my son. Yes, I want to build skills for him, but I want to do it while also nurturing our relationship. And sometimes the perpetual nagging can really be detrimental to our day and to the way he feels about me and the way I feel about him, frankly. This little device allows that nagging part of our relationship to be so diminished, and I cannot tell you how much I appreciate it and how much it's improved our homeschool days. So I'll bring on my son now, and you can hear from him about how he feels about it. Thanks so much to Fokuslabs for sending this to us. I can't tell you what a good thing it has been for our homeschooling. So I brought my son on just so that we could talk to him a little bit about how he feels like the Revibe is helping him. Because whereas I, as a mom and a homeschooling parent, feel like it's really been helping him focus, I want you to hear from him, honestly, what he thinks about it. So we've been using it for about a month now. In general, we put it on when we start our homeschool day, and then we take it off whenever he's going outside to play or anything like that. But he wears it throughout his short breaks, etc. So what do you think about it, bud?
Well, it's pretty good.
So how does it help you?
It vibrates, it reminds me, and I just focus better.
So do you like...
Because I kind of get frustrated when no, why do you don't have to remind me?
So you like it better than me reminding you every 5 seconds?
Yeah, because normally I'm normally with alone, not so much distractions, so I can just focus, and it goes down smooth.
Mm-hmm. So you prefer when it reminds you to focus rather than mommy telling you hey buddy, you gotta finish up your page, or hey buddy, you gotta finish reading.
I kind of get frustrated. Don't know why, but the other people who are watching this have their own reasons of reminding them.
Yeah, that's true. Everybody has different things. But do you think you want to keep using the Revibe? Do you think it's a helpful thing for you when you have homework and work to do?
It's pretty cool. I like it.
Yeah. And it actually shows lights, right? So when it vibrates several times, you know that it's time for a break, right?
Yeah, and it shows red and white lights. Ding, ding, ding. But when it stops and it vibrates again, that means your break is over.
Do you find that it bothers you at all? The size of it or the feel of it? Or is it comfortable?
Actually, since I'm kind of getting used to this kind of softness and felt, or you can't really feel the scratchiness unless you actually scratch it.
Yeah.
So then, feels good, and sometimes I forget I'm even wearing it, and when I am, and then it revives me, and I'm like, whew.
One thing that signaled to me that he actually is getting help from it is that whenever he goes out with it, he remembers and he brings it back inside and puts it back, and he's been very conscientious about taking care of it. So I feel like that shows me that he values what it brings to his learning experience, that he's taking really good care of it. We used to have some reminder watches and things like that he would always lose and put into water and things like that, but he's been very careful with this, so I think that he too has observed a benefit. Wouldn't you say?
Mm-hmm.
So, and part of that is just because you're becoming more mature and responsible in general, right?
Mm-hmm.
So,
can I show them the size?
Yeah.
It's actually kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
From far away, it just looks like you got black ink on you.
But do you think for parents of kids with ADHD, they might want to look into it for their kids?
Sure.
Right? I think it would be helpful.
And if the kids have enough money, maybe they can get some for their parents if they need them.
Yeah. So there's that. Maybe we could have the kids buy them for distractible parents. But in any case, I really think that we've had a lot of success with this, and it was a real pleasant surprise to us, because I will admit that when the company sent it to me initially, I had very low expectations for whether or not it would work. If you're interested in getting the Revibe, go ahead and check the description box down below. There is a code for friends, so you can get $5 off of your order, and I will link all the appropriate store links down below for you as well. Thanks so much to Fokuslabs for sending it to us to test out, because I definitely think it has improved our homeschool experience a great deal. Thanks so much for watching, you guys. As always, I wish you the very best day. Did you have anything to say to them?
Well, I'm kind of nervous. I don't think so. But still.
Okay.
Everyone is a good person unless they steal from a bank.
There you have it. Everyone is a good person unless they steal from a bank. And probably a few other things on that list, I think. Thanks so much for watching, you guys. Have a good day.